I was on Twitter today and I found something that I wanted to share with you guys. But before I get started, excuse me. That was good. Much needed. So what did I find on Twitter today? I found the Islamic Party of Ontario. And I wanted to share their platform with you guys. This is exciting, right? So they just set up their Twitter account today because I've never seen them before on Twitter. And they only have a few tweets. If you go to my timeline, One Godless Woman, I actually retweeted one of their tweets and I said that this is the account that's behind the Islamic Party of Ontario. So I went on their website. It seems like it was just published today, their website. So they're gearing up, right? They're ready. So I went through the website to see what their platform is. You never know, you might want to join. I mean, we have an election coming up, right? Not provincially, but federally, but who knows? You might still want to learn about the Islamic Party of Ontario. So please, I would love to have this pleasure, okay, to share this platform with you guys. So from their platform, okay, I printed it right here. It's all here. I'm just going to read a few things from the platform that they provided, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of commentary from my experience as an ex-Muslim and someone who lived in Canada. So what do they say? Let's see here. They tell us that the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms starts with, whereas Canada is founded upon principles that recognize the supremacy of God and the rule of law. The Islamic Party of Ontario believes in supremacy of God and understands that it is our constitutional requirement to make all the rule of laws of provinces and federal and federal in obedience and according to the will of God. Believing in God's supremacy means believing in his oneness, his authority, and his obedience in all. So God is himself the guide to set fundamental principles of the outlook of life and practices in private to public life, political, social, education, economy, health, environment, and the justice system. In Quranic term, it is known as Deen. So this is the shit that I actually ran away from. In case you guys don't know, Islam encompasses a full way of life. It dictates your private life as well as it dictates your public life. So there is no way that any point during your day, during your life, will you not be able to live under the guidance of Islam. It's a dictatorship. It dictates your entire life. How you deal with your wife, how you deal with your children, how you eat, what to drink, what to walk on, how to wipe your ass, how to sleep with your wife, when to not sleep with your wife, everything, right? This is Islam. It tells you, it strips you of the ability to think because it tells you what to do and not to question anything. It actually, the question why in Islam, saying the question why is known to open the door to the devil. Okay? So critical thinking, gone, out the door. What else do we have here? Let's see. So the word, this is what they say to you. This, I love this. So the word Islam means surrender and peace. I don't know how it means those two things. So that means Islam requires surrender to God and attain peace. This is bullshit. Islam means submission. You can look it up. I don't know why they're doing this, but these are the normal lies that they always do. To convert Westerners or to convert people who know nothing about this religion, they usually talk to you this way, that Islam means peace and love and acceptance. No, Islam actually means submission to God. And once you convert to Islam, there's no way you can convert out of Islam. They'll kill you. It's a trap. What else do we have? So they said it is a misconception that Islam is a religion created by Muhammad, and then they actually write, peace be upon him. Islam is the only way to attain peace and justice, and it provides laws without any prejudice. That's quite the blanket statement there, considering all the verses in the Quran where Islam passes judgment on groups of people, like the Jews, the polytheists, the gay people, the infidels. Not sure about no prejudice. We understand and believe that Islam is the native deen. Deen in Arabic means religion. Deen. So they're saying that it is the native deen, religion of Ontario and Canada. Go figure that one out. Did you know? Because I didn't know. Quran is the latest and final edition of the divine books that provides complete guidance to all mankind in all walks of life. That includes politics and governance under the belief of supremacy of God. They really like that word, that is supremacy. They like to use it a lot. You know why they like to use the word supremacy? Because Islam is a supremacist ideology. And then they say, all other books are either changed, distorted, and available in different versions, and not available in their original form or text or language. Quran is 100% original and pure. This is why this statement, this is why Islam will never be reformed, and it cannot be reformed. Not only is it a supremacist ideology, they actually pride themselves in the fact that this book cannot be altered, because there's an automatic death sentence on anyone who alters this book or explains it in terms that are different from the Bukhari and the tafsir and any other method that the people who explained this book originally did. You either take it or you die. That's it. So this is why Islam can't be reformed, because reforming this religion and touching the book and altering it carries an automatic death sentence. All other books of God are now obsolete. This is on the website. You guys should go check it out. So after the final revelation of God, the Quran, there is no messenger or prophet of God after Muhammad, peace be upon him. He is the final messenger of God for all human beings and all nations till Qiyamah. Qiyamah is doomsday. So they're declaring this for you, on behalf of you. So the Islamic Party of Ontario believes in the rights and freedoms of all faiths and religions and religious beliefs to practice their faith in their private lives, and the establishment of places of worship with full protection of life, wealth, and dignity. Not sure how this is going to be done. They're kind of contradicting themselves here. They just said that Islam is the only religion and that Muhammad is the final prophet. and that this book is the only unaltered book, and thus all other books are obsolete. So how now are we all of a sudden saying that it's okay for other religions to exist, when we know that Muslim majority countries don't allow this? In Saudi Arabia, you won't find anything, any house of worship but a mosque. Nothing. And if you worship privately in an area in your home, you will be raided by the religious police and thrown in jail and accused of blasphemy and corruption in the land of God. So the relationship established under a marriage contract is a sacred union, they say, between a man and a woman. God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Oh my God, they have a sense of humor. Interest-free capital and worker partnership economy, neither capitalism nor communism. Oh my God, Trudeau better not read this. He won't like it. Freedom of the individual, including freedom of speech, religious practices, worship and assembly. Neither right nor left. Islam is the straight path. It balances the human life. Do you see this? It's amazing. Upliftment of the deprived and weak communities. Like, I don't know, hanging, I guess, the gay people. Or throwing them, uplifting and throwing them from rooftops, eh? So then, and now under that, the social policies. Social, okay, let's just go into this, dive into the social. Oh, here we go again. Marriage is a sacred union between a man and a woman. Okay, they really like this phrase. The birth of babies, of next generation and survival, blah, blah, blah. And then the majority of Ontarians, get this now, okay? The majority of Ontarians and Canadians living as single moms and dads are affecting the sound, healthy growth of children. They're worried about your children. So, if the situation continues, this society will rely 100% on immigrants. Wow. I don't understand what one has to do with the other. But okay, I guess, sure. Let's move on. The sexual relationship is only between men and women. This relationship should be protected with a marriage contract by clearly defining the rights and responsibilities of both man and woman. The government should be supportive of this. They should be given privilege and affordable housing. I don't know who's going to give anyone anything, but yeah, sure, why not? For healthy living and nourishment. Allah has created two genders. Oh my God, the left is going to love this one. Allah has created two genders, men and women. And any physical defect in any organ of a person doesn't change one's gender identification or sexual orientation. All the communities of all the faiths believe in this. Modern science proves it, but they don't link any modern science. They just say that modern science proves it. So you just take them, by their word. The concept of gender identity or 7-color gender, I never heard of this, but whatever, is a false concept. So they're correcting you now, guys. You better listen. God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Wow, it's so deep, No artificial and irresponsible approach to stop the birth of children at any stage. I'm sorry, I have to, yeah, okay, I'll stop laughing. No artificial and irresponsible approach to stop the birth of children at any stage should be allowed. We believe in a complete ban on abortion, except in a situation where a mother's life is in danger. I don't really think that this is worthy, because they fucking hate women and they want us dead anyway. So that clause can eventually be removed. Don't worry about it. Measures should be taken to stop suicide. including doctor-assisted suicide of patients. All life is precious, and trust of God. No one has the right to take his or another's life due to depression or disease. So fuck you if you're depressed. You gotta figure it out on your go pray. It is only God who gives life and can take back the life whenever he wants. Ah, this one. Excuse me for a second. Obscenity, vulgarity, nudity, and perversion must be checked. What? Can somebody define perversion? Liquor, drugs, adultery, and gambling, etc., etc., should be banned in society. Oh, this is going to be amazing. They're looking at turning you into an Islamic state, essentially. And I am going to read a little bit of the education part, and then I'm going to end this video because I don't want to vomit publicly, but also I want to make a part 2 after Christmas. It'll be better. Get this part, guys. The experience and surveys. Again, I don't know whose experience and I don't know what surveys they're talking about, but that's what they say. Show that boy only and girl only schools produce much better results. We will support a gradual transition from co-education to gender-specific schools, which is essentially gender apartheid. And I can tell you, once this is established, the next step is a gender apartheid society, just like the one I escaped from and came to Canada, so this can happen. Government funding to all faith-based schools with the freedom of conscience and religion guaranteed by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms must be granted. And I can tell you that this will never happen if an Islamic state is established in Canada and you guys end up following and bowing down to Sharia law, which this is it. They are paving the road for Sharia law in Canada. I wish you guys a Merry Christmas. This is going to be my last video for this year. I don't know where we will be next year. I am hoping we will be in a full war. And believe me when I say that this is the only path that I see for Canada right now, because they are here and the Trudeau government, I don't even know what they're doing at this point. They're just destroying Canada. And if you guys don't pick up on what's going on and wake up and start fighting back, this is the end. I'm sorry I'm leaving you with such a devastating message before the holidays, but take this time to think. Take Christmas, take the New Year to think about what you would like to see for Canada in this coming year. Focus not only on yourself, but focus on your country. There's no point in living a life of selfishness when everything around you has gone to shit. And I'm not saying that you guys are selfish. I'm saying that Canadians are still asleep. And the danger now is real. It's really here. And it's getting ready to fuck with your country.